to Books with Brandywine. Today is Wednesday, so we are doing a book review. I wanted to tell you guys about The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. This book was written in 1978, but it is still super relevant today. There is nothing in it that really dates it. So this book is relevant no matter when you read it. It's a really, really good book. It's a children's mystery. And I read it when I was really little, and then I read it again just recently, like a few months ago, I think. So it was good enough that I read it again, and not only did I want to read it again, but I was like craving it for months before I finally went back to the bookstore and bought it so I could read it again. This is a newer cover. My original cover had a chess piece on it, and I want to say it was a queen, but it might have been a pawn, but I'm pretty sure it was a queen. The premise of the book is they just built Sunset Towers, which is an apartment building that has all of these people in it. I don't know if it will. There we go. It's kind of working. Okay. Has all of those people in it. And so all of those people were written on the mailboxes before they even agreed to actually move into the apartments. Because Barney Northrop, yeah, that's his name, was given instructions to get these specific people to live in this building. And across from this building is a huge old rickety mansion. And so everybody moves in. He gets everybody on the list. One of the people, he got the wrong person. He got the right name, but the wrong person. But they don't tell you who that person is. And then, until later. The book is a mystery, so you're figuring things out as you go along. The biggest mystery in this book is who killed Mr. Westing. And so they move in September, and on Halloween, one of the littlest girls who lives in the apartment complex, she's known for her pigtail braids and the fact that she kicks everyone in the shins and in the ankles. That's her thing. And she's a little bit of a brat. But she's also super, super intelligent. And on a dare from one of the teenagers living in the apartments, she goes and spends the night in the mansion. And while she's in the mansion, Mr. Westing dies. And he's in the mansion too. And she sees his body. And at first, everyone thinks he dies of a heart attack. But then 16 people from the apartments get invited to read his will. And not everybody shows up. Some people don't get invited. Some people are too lazy to come. Some people had emergency surgeries to go to. And while they're at this will reading, they find out that they are all recipients of his fortune. And he was extremely, extremely rich. He was super into games. He was super into, what's that old guy's name? The one that wears the red, white, and blue in the hat. It says, "We want you." I'm blanking on his name. But he always dressed up like him, which is why he had the fireworks, because he was really into like the huge 4th of July celebrations and stuff. And Uncle Sam, that's it. He would dress up as Uncle Sam. I think his name was Sam Westing, that's why. And so they all get invited to read the will. And they find out that they are all potential recipients of his fortune. But in order to receive the fortune, they have to solve clues and find out who murdered him. And so the clues, Mr. Westing has organized all of this ahead of time. He has like packets that are supposed to be read at certain times, and they have clues for specific people. He breaks the 16 people up into 8 groups of 8 pairs, and he gives them clues. And the clues are like really random words that don't seem to match together at all. And they have to try and figure out what these clues are. And, you know, there's rivalries, of course. Some people share their clues, some people won't share their clues. Some people are trying to steal their clues. Meanwhile, other stuff is going on in the towers. People start, like, things start getting stolen. And then fires start getting started inside. Like, little pipe bombs and stuff start getting started in the towers. And so everybody is starting to turn against each other and get suspicious of each other. Pretty much makes for your basic, awesome thriller mystery. And, like, things get slowly, like, you slowly find out how each person relates to Mr. Westing, because at first it's not, like, all out there revealed, and, I enjoyed it. I loved getting through it and finding out the mystery and solving it as I went. I loved that this book was so fast-paced. It doesn't give any details that don't have to do with the mystery and help you to solve the mystery. I loved how they developed each character, starting out with just showing them and then slowly, like, giving their backstory so that we would know why they were there and what they were doing and what they were thinking. I loved how each of the characters interacted. There is an epilogue that kind of shows where the characters go to after the story is finished. I loved that they played chess because chess is one of my favorite games, and it does play into this book. It ends up being one of the clues. And so I think that might have been what really got me into it in the first place, because I love chess. I'm obsessed with chess. I like to collect chess pieces. Some of my friends for Christmas before have like carved me chess pieces, a rook and pawns, because I love chess. To me, it's my favorite game. And it was Sam Westing's favorite game too. And so that plays into the book. Definitely the fact that I was craving it a second time after having not read it for over 10 years goes to show that it's a really good book. Because I loved it. I enjoyed it the second time. I'm keeping it so I can read it a third time sometime in the future. I would recommend this book to anyone, like any age. I read it when I was little. It is a children's mystery, so it's good for even younger children, all the way up to adults who just enjoy mysteries and thrillers. This is one of the few mystery books that I've read. I don't usually tend to drift towards mystery. I tend to drift more towards children's fantasy, but I loved it. I still enjoyed it. And it is a Puffin Modern Classic, and it shows a winner of the Newbery Medal, which all the Newbery Medal books are amazing. So I would definitely suggest you guys go and read this if you haven't already. And if you have read it, let me know how you guys felt about it down in the comments. And let me know what was your guys' favorite book from your childhood, especially a mystery. I will see you guys soon.